someone sitting across a counter in a 2-minute conversation can decide that I do not get to go, your past, present, and future should connect. And if you sound memorized, they will definitely see that. Hi, I'm Snigdha. I'm currently studying in the US on a full scholarship. I'm a sophomore who's double majoring in psychology and marketing, and I'm involved with a lot of campus roles, leadership, organization, and of course I create content alongside academics. Now, I went through the entire US student visa process in India as a first-time applicant, and I also got approved in my very first attempt. You already know this. Getting a US student visa is not easy, especially for someone who is applying for the first time. You constantly hear stories about people getting rejected from the finest universities, a 2-minute interview ending in, no, sorry, you don't qualify, and multiple rejections. So, of course, the fear around a US student visa is very, very real. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything for you step by step. How my interview went, what I said, what I carried, and possibly saving you some time, stress, and rejections. And I'm going to be completely honest about it, by the way. Let's start with the actual interview. I walked in wearing business casual formals, so nothing too businessy, nothing too casual, something in the middle, a blue crisp shirt with a pair of jeans. I walked in with good, great, confident energy, and I remember telling myself that I got this, I trust myself, and I need to make sure that this interview who is across me also trusts me. So I stood straight, calm, shoulders back, breathing, and I greeted her with a nice smile, warm energy, a good morning, and she gave that energy right back to me. The first question was, why are you going to this college? To which I said that this college offers a very strong psychology program, which is something I wanted to study since a very, very long time. And also, it gives me the opportunity to be flexible and explore more academic spaces because I have a lot of passions and interests, and this college allows me to do that. That's it. Don't over-explain. Don't recite rankings that my college is the number 2 best college. Don't do that. Second question was, what do your parents do? I said that my mother is a very hardworking homemaker and my dad works in an American MNC. And to which she smiled. And right there, I understood that this interview isn't about numbers. It's a conversation. It's about intent, logic, and her trusting me with my choices. And then she asked, why psychology? And I said 4 things. 1, why I chose the subject. 2, how it connects to my interests. 3, how I plan to come back home and build a career here. And 4, how it aligns with my long-term career plan. Then she asked, who is funding your education? And I said my scholarship along with my dad. I had my bank statements, salary proofs, savings, my admission letter, my financial aid letter that I got from the college. So I went in there fully prepared with documentation. Even if it was something that I would not have needed, I took it because I did not want to take that risk. I wanted to feel fully safe with the documentation I had, because even if she doesn't ask for it, I still have it. Because guess what? If they ask and you're there just like, I don't have it, then what? In my interview, they didn't ask me for any documentation except my passport and my I-20, but still, always go prepared. And after all of these questions, she said that your visa is approved, and that's it. So there were no trick questions, it was all about clarity. Now there are of course some personal moments that you don't see online, just like how I was so nervous one night before the interview. And I wasn't nervous because I didn't know the answers or I was feeling less confident, but only because I know how much this mattered to me. This was years of preparation, applications, rejections, exams, a lot of that. And someone sitting across a counter in a 2-minute conversation can decide that I do not get to go. So just that makes me feel very nervous, and I'm sure that everyone else feels that. But when you go in there, you gotta trust yourself. And with that, I realized something. Visa officers are trained to detect your inconsistency. Here's what I mean by that. If your story doesn't add up, they will see it instantly. If your finances look unclear, they will sense that. If your course choice sounds very random, they will also see that. And if you sound memorized, they will definitely see that. And I think that's where most of the rejections happen, because you're not incapable. You just sound very rehearsed, very memorized, and your story doesn't align. And so the turning point for me was understanding that a visa interview is about 3 things: intent, logic, and credibility. That's it. Your past, present, and future should connect. Why this course? Why this university? Why now? How do I plan to come back? How do I plan to be in my home country after my graduation? So all of that must connect to them. And in short, you don't need to impress them at all. You just need to reassure them. So here are a couple of things I did practically. One, I reframed my narrative. So I stopped trying to sound impressive. Instead, I sounded logical. 2, I practiced structured answers instead of memorizing them. And I obviously saw a lot of mock interviews. I got to know the common questions, but I always answered them from my perspective, my thoughts, and my own words. And I think this is the most important one, which is body language. Make eye contact, be calm, and be confident. One more advice would be to not treat your visa interview like a mathematical equation that has to work out or you need to crack. Yes, go prepared, go practice, take every documentation you need, but understand this, it's not luck, it's alignment. If your intent is clear, your finances are solid, your story makes sense, and you're able to communicate that confidently, you have it right there. And if you're navigating this process right now, structured guidance genuinely helps. The difference between a rejection and approval is not intelligence, it's clarity. So prepare smart and walk in knowing that your story makes sense.